Really interesting. Beyond 28 is the motto of the Warriors, and we're wearing our lapels here. So there's 28 days in February. February's Black History Month. It's actually a leap year, so there's 29. But I thought this every year, and the Warriors picked it up on the theme. Why just February to honor Black History? We should do it every single month of the year. And it was great to have Roz back talking Warriors basketball with Mike Brown, Aaron Miles, and Jaron Collins.
Yeah, I love what they were saying there. Workplace equity, it's all about controlling what you can control, right? And if you work hard, you put the preparation in, and you show that you're prepared. I think the NBA has really been leaders when it comes to African-American history, making sure everybody stays cognizant with it, making sure they celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King the right way and show him the respect, and the shooting shirts around the league, hiring women in great areas, and coaching staff and all those things. So they've really been leaders in those areas. And it's like you said, basketball and sports is a way to bring people together. And you love the way the NBA does that.
I think started and championed by David Stern. Adam Silver's doing a great job. And I think our players do a wonderful job, too,
for sure,
of getting that message out there. But that sit-down was really beautiful. I love what they were saying.
Sports is so great. You look around and you see the faces, and people interact around sports, watching sports that ordinarily wouldn't. I think we need more of that right now in our world than we've ever needed. But nothing more like an NBA or any professional sports or any level sports locker room, just to bring people together for a common goal. It's obviously a beautiful thing. So great to hear from Rosalind Golden-Woody. Great to have her back. Warriors tonight did have 25 assists. Our Cresco assist of the games the Warriors have ever given up in their history. Houston made 25 of them. They shot 49, but 51%. Just a magnificent game. Harden had 29 and 10. Westbrook had 21 and 10. And by the way, Russell Westbrook did talk to the media. We thought he took a U-turn out of here, but he came back, so we'll hear from that. And for the Warriors, they were led in scoring by Andrew Wiggins tonight. He was 10 of 17 from the floor and scored 22 points, had a couple of block shots, and also was asked to be the primary defender when he was in and Harden was in on James Harden. Let's hear Steve Kerr. His post-game press conference is brought to you by BMW.
Wiggins has had some tough defensive assignments like LeBron, Devin Booker tonight with Harden. What's been your impression of him on that end of the floor so far?
I think he's very good defensively. He defends his position well. He uses his length. The good thing for us is we can sort of plug him in and just put him on any of the perimeter players that we want. And that's a really valuable dynamic to have in a player, and especially because we've got the same dynamic with Clay, and so to have that kind of duplicity with those two guys going into next year will be good for us because we can mix and match, and neither guy will ever be overpowered, physically. So. He's an excellent defender and does a lot of good things. I think I told the TNT crew before the game, now that I've seen him play, I feel like people have focused now the last couple of years on everything Andrew can't do, that they've forgotten all the things that he can do. So he's one of those guys who people have said he's overrated now for a couple of years, and he's become underrated because you look at what he does, you look at his size, you look at the way he defends. Guy's a damn good NBA player, and it seems like people have forgotten that.
So tonight was Andrew Wiggins' fourth game as a member of the Warriors. Look at the guys Steve Kerr has put him on in the four. LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Devin Booker, and James Harden. And what he was talking about there, Colin, is interesting because that is the role of Clay. And he did, go on to expand. Clay is so good guarding the ball. He's not as good off the ball. I think Andrew Wiggins, watching him here, is likewise. With his length, he's good on the ball. Now, you go up against a team like the Rockets who have two primary ball handlers, and they're both going into the Hall of Fame. Clay would guard Harden when we played the Rockets. He'd guard Westbrook when we played the Thunder.
Right.
But Clay can't guard them both if they're both on the same team.
Exactly.
So now you have another who can guard the ball in Andrew Wiggins.
Well, we've seen since Andrew's been here what he's capable of doing on the defensive side, and he's shown the 1-2. Again, 2 blocks tonight. He had another steal tonight. But look at his physical tools. He's got the length. He's got the athleticism. He is sneaky strong. Like Steve Kerr was saying, no one's going to overpower him. He's not getting pushed around out there. So he can hold his own as far as his weight goes, but he can move his feet. He's got the lateral quickness, and he's showing the IQ a little more. And come on, hanging out with Draymond Green and playing on the same court with him, learning from him, even guys like Klay Thompson, the coaching the Warriors have, he's only going to get better and better defensively. So people talking about he's bad defensively, I think maybe with the Timberwolves, the 1-2 wasn't always there, or just the effort level wasn't always there, which you would like, but no one else was playing defense with any effort on the Timberwolves. So you kind of get sucked into that. It's a losing mentality there, and no one's really working on the defensive side. It's kind of peer pressure. It rubs off. Now you're here with the Warriors. Now the peer pressure is on the right side. Everybody plays hard defensively. If you're not going hard defensively, you're going to stick out, and Draymond's going to let you hear about it.
He's your classic all-pro defender. 6'8", length, great feet. And we talked just before the last break. So the Clippers have Pete, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard to guard these two. The Warriors have Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson to do the same. And Draymond Green.
But Ken, you talked about sleight of build. I mean, Clay's had a hard time guarding Paul George and Kawhi because they're physically strong. Right. Can Wiggins and Klay guard Paul George and Kawhi Leonard proceeding forward? That may be difficult because of their strength, but Wiggins is deceptively strong, stronger than you'd think he is.
I think he's wiry, strong, and with those guys, you're not worried about the three-point shot as much. If they're in the 2-ball, you contest it and live with it.
And players with Andrew Wiggins' length and his build and his quickness, they don't grow on trees. Like, they're not easy to find. So the Warriors have a pretty good duo defensively. I don't think it gets too much better than that when you're talking about guys like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. It's tough to find a duo like that can defend.
Maybe the most important thing is you can put them on the best players. You don't have to go help. And the other guys can stay home. So if you're giving up the 2, you're not opening up the 3.
Especially on a team like this against the Rockets.
Andrew Wiggins was sitting by himself peacefully over on the Warrior bench, and then Russell Westbrook came over and just started